For our do now today, we're going to do a little bit of a quick review of some probability. So number one, we have Miss Kane has 5 pairs of shorts, 4 shirts, 2 pairs of sandals. How many different outfits can she make consisting of 1 pair of shorts, 1 shirt, and 1 pair of sandals? So that's, remember, we've got like 3 things going there, really using our fundamental counting principles. We have 5 options for shorts, 4 options for shirts, and 2 options for sandals. So we multiply all of them and we get 40 possible outfits, or 40 outcomes. On number 2, Sam has a bag of marbles with 7 green, 8 yellow, and 5 blue marbles. If he chooses 1 marble, does not replace it, and then chooses a second, what's the probability he will choose 2 blue? So really we're asking, what's the probability if he gets a blue, then another blue without replacement? So we want to see 7 plus 8 is 15, plus 5 is 20, so we've got 20 total. So that first choice, his chance of getting a blue is 5 out of 20. Now he's the best marble picker ever, so we assume he got that blue. Now there's only 19 marbles, of which 4 are blue. So we're going to go through multiply. We can either reduce or cross cancel here. Okay, and we should get 5 over 95, which then reduces to 1 over 19. He's got a 1 in 19 chance of getting 2 blue in a row without replacement. On page 10 and 11, we're going to do some ratio, rates, proportions review today. Certain trail mix contains 15 cashews for every peanuts. What is the ratio of cashews to peanuts in simplest form? So we're going to, let's see, 15 over 45, which reduces to 1 to 3. And remember, we can write that a variety of ways. We can do it with the fraction notation, we can do the words notation, or we could do the odds notation. A math class consists of 12 boys and 14 girls. Write the ratio of boys to the entire class in simplest form. So the entire class, the total would be 26. Boys to entire class would be 12 to 26, which reduces to 6 to 13. Number 2, write a unit rate for each situation. Michael scored 98 points in 6 games. We'd want to know points per game. So we're going to do 98 divided by 6. And if we do that, we get 16.3 repeating, or 16 1/3. So that's 16 1/3 points per game. Now you can't actually score 1/3 of a point, but we're talking about this as an average essentially. So it's okay to have that statistic with the fraction there. Jennifer earns $145 in 25 hours. We want to know how much money per hour. So we're going to do 145 divided by 25, which gives us 5.8, or $5.80 per hour. Okay. Number 3, which is the better buy? An 8-pack of dish towels for $26.88 or a 9-pack of dish towels for $29.97. To compare, we have to get it to be for the same number of dish towels. So we'll find the unit price, the price per 1 dish towel. So we'll do $26.88 divided by 8 and $29.97 divided by 9. So the unit rate for the 8-pack is $3.36, and the unit price for the 9-pack is $3.33. So we would say the 9-pack is the better buy, because it has that cheaper unit price. On number 4, we're going to solve some algebraic proportions. We've y over 10 equals y minus 8 over negative 3. We want to put our binomials in parentheses. So we'll cross multiply, set them equal to each other. So we have negative 3y equals 10 times y minus 8. Now we'll distribute. Negative 3y equals 10y minus 80. Subtract 10y from both sides. Negative 13y equals negative 80. Divide both sides by negative 13. And we get y is equal to 80/13. Equals 2x over 6. Cross multiply. So that's 24 equals 30x. Divide both sides by 30. 24 over 30, common factor is 6, so that'll reduce to 4/5. On number 5, we're looking for which table shows a proportional relationship between x and y. And here, right, proportional relationship is when we have equivalent ratios. And we talk about ratios with y and x, or x and y, we're going to make the ratios as y over x, because k, our constant of proportionality, is y over x. So let's set each of these up and see if they reduce to be equivalent. So we've got 35 over 25, 40 over 30, and 50 over 40. So this one's going to be 7 over 5, 4 over 3, and 5 over 4. Those are all not equivalent, so it's not that guy. Let's see, y over x, 5 over 25, 10 over 30, and 20 over 40 would be 1/5, 1/3, and 1/2. Those are not equal. Let's see this one. 5 over 25, 4 over 30, 3 over 40, 1/5, 2/15, and 3/40. Those are not equal either. Hopefully the last one will show a proportional relationship. We've got 5 over 25, 6 over 30, 8 over 40. So that's 1/5, 1/5, and 1/5. They are all equivalent, so that table is showing us a proportional relationship. You may have also noticed, how do we go from x to y? Essentially, you're dividing by 5 or multiplying by 1/5, and that's what our constant of proportionality is there. How do we go from x to y? Because remember, we have that equation, y equals kx, where k is that constant of proportionality. Which is exactly what we're looking for on number 6. Determine the constant of proportionality for each equation below. What we want to do is get all of these equations into y equals kx form so we can identify the coefficient of x, just like we did with slope-intercept form and identifying the slope. So we're going to isolate y. So let's subtract 3x from both sides. 8y equals 2x. Divide both sides by 8. Y equals 1/4 x. Now we can see k. K is 1/4. That's our answer. Here, maybe I'll subtract y from both sides first. X equals 3y minus 5x. Add 5x to both sides. 6x equals 3y. Divide by 3. We get 2x is equal to y, or y equals 2x, so k is 2. K equals 2. Okay. Here, on our last one, let's combine like terms first. 8x plus 2y equals y. Maybe I'll subtract 2y from both sides. We get 8x equals negative y. Can't have a negative y, we want just y. Divide both sides by -1, negative 8x equals y. So if y equals negative 8x, that means k equals negative 8. Okay. On number 7, we have a word problem. We'll probably use a proportion to solve it. An airplane travels at 560 kilometers in 40 minutes. How long will it take it to travel 2,800? I'm going to suggest we use a proportion. You could also have just found the unit rate and then divided there. So when we use a proportion, we're going to have our categories, so kilometers over minutes equals kilometers over minutes. There's always a ratio we know, so that would be 560 to 40, and there's a ratio with an unknown. We know kilometers, our unknown is minutes, so our variable is going to go on the bottom where I had minutes labeled. Now we'll cross multiply and set our cross products equal to each other. So we get 560 equals 112,000. Divide both sides by 560. And we get 200. So that's 200 minutes or 3 hours and 20 minutes. Because 60 minutes in an hour, 60 goes into 200 3 times, with 20 minutes left over. Okay, number 8. This is a good one to pay attention to. The ratio of men to women who work at a local college is 5 to 3. If there are 760 faculty members, then find the number of faculty members that are women. Notice that when we talk 760 faculty members, that's the total. Right? We're looking for women out of total. So our proportion labels are going to be women out of total equals women out of total. But they didn't give us a ratio of total. They just gave us men and women. Men, women. Well, if we have 5 men, 3 women, in that is a total of 8 people. So now we can make a ratio of women to total, 3 to 8. That's our known ratio. 3 to 8 equals x over 760, right? So we got that women in total. Cross multiply, and now we can set our cross products equal to each other. Divide both sides by 8. And we should get 285. 285 women. And there we are. So you guys are going to be working on pages 12 and 13 in your booklet today and submitting that on Google Classroom. They're very similar to what we did together in our notes, so definitely use that as a guide, a reminder. Friday is our year-end review test. Open notes, 50 multiple choice questions. Today's math jokes for Matthew Folks is a really good one. Why was the student confused when he went from English class to math class? Because he was taught that a double negative in English is bad, but in math, it's positive. Isn't that a good one? I like that one. Have a great day, guys.